Here comes a new grouping of countries as part of the Biden administration's efforts to re-energize and revitalize American alliances across the world. The new 12U2 grouping of India, Israel, UAE and the US will hold its first virtual summit next month, according to the White House. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, US President Joe Biden, Israeli Prime Minister Neftali Bennett and UAE President Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan would attend the first of its kind virtual summit of the 12U2 grouping next month for discussions of the food security crisis and other areas of cooperation, it said on Tuesday. The virtual summit of the four countries would take place during Biden's trip to the Middle East region from July 13 to 16, a senior administration official told reporters during a conference call. President Biden looks forward to this unique engagement with Prime Minister Bennett, Prime Minister Modi and Prime Minister Mohammed bin Zayed, the official said. State Department spokesperson Ned Price, during his daily news conference on Tuesday, told reporters that each of these countries are technological hubs. India is a massive consumer market. It is a massive producer of high-tech and highly sought-after goods as well. So there are a number of areas where these countries can work together, where it's technology, trade, climate, COVID-19 and potentially even security as well, he said. Part of our approach from the start is not only to revitalize and re-energize our system of alliances and partnerships around the world, but also to stitch together partnerships that did not exist previously or were not utilized to their full extent. Biotechnology is also prominent. Deepening trade and economic ties between these countries is in our interest when it comes to the relationship between Israel and the UAE. That is something we have sought to deepen. These two countries have deepened their relationship in recent years, including in economic realm, he said. Joe Biden will visit the Middle East region from July 13th to July 16th with stops in Israel, the West Bank and Saudi Arabia, and will have engagements with nearly a dozen counterparts from across the region and beyond. The first stop is Israel. This will be President Biden's first visit to the country as president, and it comes nearly 50 years after his first visit to Israel as a young senator. During the trip, Joe Biden will engage with nearly a dozen of his counterparts in 3 stops, Israel, the West Bank and Saudi Arabia, an official said. It is part of this clear sequence of global engagements at an important moment. It demonstrates the return of American leadership to bring countries together to address common threats and challenges, something the US can uniquely do, he added. Biden's visit will also focus on Israel's increasing integration into the region, both through the Abraham Accords with UAE, Morocco and Bahrain, through deepening ties between Israel, Jordan and Egypt, and also entirely new groupings of partners including Israel, India, the UAE and the United States called 12U2. The US considers these initiatives central to its strategy of empowering partners and encouraging them to work more closely together. The US thinks that the initiatives will lead to a more stable region and ensure Israel's security and prosperity in the long run.